Tyler, the Kentucky game. How much pressure is Cal under? It's funny. Before the season, I said to myself, the game I'm circling that I have to be at this year is going to be Kentucky's first round game, because I thought there was going to be so much pressure on Cal. They're going to be a 1 or 2 seed. And obviously they lost to St. Peter's. Well, there's not that same level of pressure because they haven't had the season they've had. But obviously, if they lose to Providence, they're still a favorite now in a 6-11 game. If they lose to Providence, what do you think the reaction will be in Lexington, Kentucky? Because again, they haven't won a tournament game. I haven't done my count lately, what it's up to, but it's like, I don't know, 1,400
It's up there.
days. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's up there. Yeah. Well, Cal's under pressure, and if he loses his first round game, I mean, I would love to see the reaction that Big Blue Nation is going to have, because they've been begging to win at any cost in the NCAA tournament for a while now. And I've talked a lot of smack about Kentucky, and they've come on a little bit, and they started, winning some games and getting some good quality wins and look like they're coming around. But at times this year, they've looked pretty bad and a little bit inconsistent. So if that team shows up and they lose to Providence, which is pretty hungry, like we talked about, it's going to be interesting to see the reaction, because I can tell you I think he'll be there regardless. I don't think they're ready just to, get him out, but you're going to start hearing some little rumblings about that, in my opinion.
So my other question.
The other thing in that one, Jeff, is like,
Yep.
Kentucky's no Xavier Wheeler, Cason Wallace. I think he's back for that. But Ed's gonna switch up. Like you don't get to. I've coached against Ed a ton. You don't get to be in a rhythm, and against Ed. Like not that Kentucky runs all these intricate sets, but they've been in a pretty good rhythm here recently. Ed disrupts you. He's gonna change up some things. He's gonna make your guys think and kind of take the coach out of it. And if you're not like extremely connected, he can make you look bad.
Yeah.
If your players they don't pass the ball well, if they're not extremely connected, they can't kind of figure it out on the fly. Just from a coaching lens, it'll be tough for them.
Hey, Tyler, here's a question for you. As a big, and I don't want to disparage your athleticism, but you were never the most athletic dude out there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at a Zach Edey and an Oscar Tshiebwe and some of these bigs right now, how the game has changed, they have not done well in the tournament the last few years. The
traditional big guy,
Kofi Coburn, guys like that have been exposed defensively in the tournament. How much do you worry about Purdue because of that? Because they're going to try to put him in difficult situations. Same thing with Oscar Tshiebwe. They've done it all year and made him have to guard. How much do you worry about those bigs these days advancing in the tournament?
I'm not worried about Zach Edey. I think maybe the guard play surrounding him and the youth that they have could be an issue. Yeah, I would say that's a little bit, but I think taking advantage of that on the offensive end, you could be talking about Arizona this year. They play traditional bigs. They could get in a situation where they're having to switch out and, guard these perimeter players. But I think as the game has evolved, I think it's become, kind of a small man or a small ball. And so now you're starting to see these bigs get exposed a little bit. And I think with analytics, teams are shooting more threes and stop going inside. So they're losing their advantage that they have. But, it sounds crazy to me to even think about taking Zach Edey off the court because he can't guard a pick and roll. As many shots as he changes, as he dominates the paint, gets all the rebounds, he may not have the most blocks per game, but you can't tell me he doesn't affect somebody's shot or get the rebounding. That has a huge impact.
He moves.
Here's the thing, Jeff. Tyler hit the nail on the head with that, in my opinion.
Go ahead.
He said it's about the guards surrounding him. So if your guards cannot handle the pressure to be able to get so last year Illinois runs into Houston. Your guards better be good. Yeah. It ain't about Kofi Coburn.
Right.
Can your guards get the ball up the court and get the ball to Kofi Coburn? Purdue runs into St. Peter's. Well, they're pressing, trapping, changing defenses. It's not about Zach Edey in the pick and roll. Can the Purdue guards handle the changing defenses, handle the pressure to be able to get Edey the ball? So when Purdue struggled this year, it's been that. When Hunter Dickinson's good, it's the guards around Michigan that struggled this year. That's why they're not in the tournament. So I don't know if it's as much defensively as offensively. Can your guards handle pressure, handle changing defenses, handle different looks to be able to utilize that traditional post player that's an All-American?